obviously, everyone at the club's absolutely delighted. We were approached just over a year ago by what was at the time Barrow Island Ladies team, and they had the ambition of making Super League, but they were denied the year before COVID, despite being the runners up and Huddersfield getting promoted from fourth place. So they felt they had to be aligned to a professional club in order to achieve their ambitions. So they joined us with that ambition. We'd actually been courting them for 2 or 3 years anyway. So it was a great match, and they've just been tremendous to have around the club. Really successful season. Obviously pipped at the post both in the league, which is decided on a percentage basis, which in any other normal season we may have got enough points to win it, but that's the way it goes in COVID. And then in the final, we were just pipped by 4 points, but overall very, very satisfied. The dedication that the ladies have shown have been fantastic, and this is the next step that the club want and all the girls themselves want. Yeah, well, the coaching vacancy expires. The applications expire on Friday the 5th of November. So we've already set the date for pre-season training. That could change, of course, with the addition of the new coach. I mean, with their ideas. But at the moment, we're aiming for the 16th of November for pre-season to start again. All the girls are keen to get back. I actually thought they'd have a longer gap and maybe come back in the new year. But, they've only had literally 4 weeks off, and here they are raring to go again and start their hard work. So the coach hopefully will have all applications, and we've already had 1 or 2 strong ones. They'll come in Friday. We'll make an assessment of them over the weekend, put some interviews in place, and really look to make an appointment as quick as next week, if at all possible. The remit for the coach is a big one, really. We understand we're going to Super League. It's the next level. First and foremost, we want the team to be competitive, and we want the individuals to improve within the team. We also want to provide opportunities for maybe some of the fringe players who have not, participated that much this year to improve themselves. But there's going to be a big onus on recruitment. We have ambitions to get to the top of the game eventually, but we probably appreciate that we've got a small circle of girls at the moment, and we are Super League's representative now. So why can't we cast our net over the whole of Super League? Over the whole of Cumbria, and attract these girls. Hopefully some athletes to the Barrow Raiders Ladies team and be a force. So, and then even on top of that, we want the ladies game to grow. So the coach will have a mandate to maybe improve some of the community clubs as well, and maybe open their eyes to the possibilities of running female teams, even if it's just on almost a festival or a touch basis to start with. But having females involved with your club, allows that club to grow, and there's so many benefits that we've found, off the pitch. The bar revenues have gone up a little bit, so they're really good to have around the place in that respect. Obviously, we are ambitious, and I see this team eventually becoming semi-professional. There's no reason why not. I think that's the direction of travel for a lot of women's sport. In order to do that for ourselves, there's probably got to be some commercial friends out there who are going to help us on that journey, whether that's centrally through the RFL, through TV deals, and already we've seen that the BBC have got the Challenge Cup final, and the international was played on BBC against France last week, and Sky have got involved with the grand finals and etc. So there's a lot of opportunity to secure a decent TV deal. Hopefully we get some top-end sponsors into the game at central level that can be filtered down to the clubs. But certainly from a Barrow Raiders perspective, we're looking for a major sponsor to get on board who might well have affinity with female sport, might be a female entrepreneur or a business leader who's actually come against adversity in what is a male-dominated environment, similar to what rugby is really, and they can provide that affinity with where we want to go with the girls team, and perhaps provide us with a level of funding and be part of our journey to that semi-professionalism, maybe in baby steps. But They would be great if we got some sponsors on board. I've set some ambitious targets for sponsorship way beyond what we were going at last year, the year before. No, we're a community club, but now, we're reaching high and hoping that we can attract some decent sponsors, and maybe the first sort of payment is some expenses for a coach, eventually pay your coach, and then some travel expenses for players to start casting our net wide, and hopefully, we can get that level of commercial support that every club needs in order for us to grow in the direction that we want to grow, and for that right sponsor, for that right partner, there's opportunities to join the board of directors and maybe in the representative for the ladies game. So and then providing their vision of where they see ladies sport going and Barrow Raiders Ladies team, and so I'm very open to a conversation with the people who have got the same ambition that certainly I have. Yeah, well, obviously, step one achieved. We've got to Super League. It is Super League 2. I think there's an appreciation within the game that the top maybe 5 clubs, 6 clubs possibly now with Huddersfield who've done some recruiting are a little bit ahead of the other 6 in Super League. But the standards are still there. The minimum standards in terms of coaching, in terms of your physios, your doctors, all the governance side of the club is still going to be Super League standard. And that's going to be great for the girls and a test for the club, because we have these standards at the men's level, but we've got to repeat that, find the right individuals to take us forward at the women's level. So we have reached Super League 2. There's teams that we've met before, like Lee and Huddersfield and Warrington, and we feel confident that we're competitive enough to match it with those teams. But I'm thinking initially to 2022. Certainly, we want to be competitive. We want to be giving these teams a good game, and winning our fair share, and making these baby steps in building the club. But I've set a timetable of where we want to be and how quickly. So 2022, very competitive. If we achieve a little bit more than that, all well and good. 2023, I'm really looking to make a strong title challenge, if you will, from Super League 2 to get into Super League 1. If that comes a year early, fantastic. But I'm more than happy to wait a year for that, for 2023. But then we've set ourselves the target of 2025 Super League 1, challenging for the top orders in the game. You don't get high by aiming low, so we're aiming high. And walking out at Wembley, walking out at Old Trafford, hoping that the women's game has grown to the levels of double headers with the men for Challenge Cup finals and grand finals, which I think is the direction of travel. Creating Barrow players as England internationals, it's a key thing. There must be so much untapped talent throughout Cumbria. We are now Super League's representative for Cumbria, and there's no reason why we can't get these array of talent into our team and playing for the national team. So that's where we want to be. So no pressure on anyone, but we want to win Super League and the Challenge Cup by 2025. And we want a whole string of England internationals. So obviously, if it takes a little bit longer than that, it takes a little bit longer than that. But that's where we want to be. I'd love to be a semi-professional club at that point. I'd love to have sponsors coming out my ears, and if we do have standalone fixtures away from the men, then the crowds are getting up to 4 figures, maybe above 4 figures. A real proper sporting club, rivaling. I see other sports like football beginning to grow, cricket's beginning to grow, and then there's these established sports like tennis that have been around since the late 60s when the ladies' game went professional, and really it's only because they made it professional, they got involved, and now you've got the likes of the Williams sisters who are multi-millionaires, and why can't we do it in rugby league? And if we can get the right sponsors, the right partners, the right TV deals, then that's where we want to be. So really excited about the future. I think it's probably an easier journey than men to some degree, because the steps to get from where we are now in the Championship for the men, to the top of Super League is enormous. But I think we've got a real opportunity with the girls, and hopefully everyone will share my passion of where we want to go, and we'll start going forward and starting with 2022 and starting with pre-season training in 2021 in a couple of weeks' time.